part two because my alarm went off and I am not re-recording all of that. Anyways, without her, I wouldn't have had the strength to leave. And I hugged her. And after I cried, I shook it off. And literally the next day, I walked back in there because I had to take some stuff to a friend. And it didn't feel the same. I didn't regret life as soon as I walked through the door. And now that I'm 3 months out, sorry, 2.5 months, I don't miss it. I went back one time, and that's because I was requested to. Sorry, I'm getting a cough drop here. I was requested to, and it was very heartwarming because my manager had gotten me a really cute little business bag or purse or whatever you want to call it. Sorry. I got this it's on the inside. Okay. She got me this really cute bag, a laptop bag, and wanted to do an exit interview, and that meant a lot. But when I went back, I didn't miss it. I walked past dispatch and I was like, nope. This is ridiculous. So, with that being said, I left Durham. I keep saying the name, and I don't know if they can sue me or whatever, but if they really want to sue me, sue me. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, whatever. I know that... I know it'll take a few years to get it through all the corporate stuff, but whatever. Anyways, so I made that change, and so now let's talk about the new job. I went from having absolute emotional breakdowns because I was so afraid to drive the school bus in the snow, especially because I didn't get to drive a lot. So when I'd get thrown out, it was literally like last minute. Like, you got to cover this because someone didn't show up or whatever. And I can't say I was forced because it's not like to put a gun to my head, but I was made to believe that if I didn't go drive this bus, actually, I wasn't even made to believe anything. I was just treated like shit. If you said, no, I'm not going to do it, you were treated like shit unless you were a favorite. Yeah, went through that. We had an admin that never drove a day in her career, but yet everyone else had to, but whatever. So I'd be thrown out there and I'd have panic attacks and I'd be afraid for not only my life, but other children's life. Now, right? It snowed like, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches yesterday. And as I'm at a visit, because 1, they need to visit with their parents, and 2, I didn't see a reason to cancel my visit, I get a message from my boss. I mean, it's so weird because she's like who I'm subcontracted through, but she's not technically my boss because I'm a business owner, but whatever. She has a boss dynamic. Sends a message that says, hey guys, you probably shouldn't be doing your visits. Make sure you're not putting your paycheck above your safety. When we talked about doing virtual interviews or visits instead of in person, the response was, I would rather you not do in person and not risk your family than take on a whole bunch of referrals, or I would rather lose the referral than you risk your family. And that difference is huge. I mean, the fact that I'm not forced to do things because of ill management, because we couldn't get enough people, because we don't fill the seats properly, because we don't spend our expenditures right. Now, we signed too many time off requests. Now you have to go out and face your fears and possibly kill children. I mean, that's a little bit extreme, but that's kind of how my anxieties were with this. Like, school buses and snow just don't go very well. And I was always afraid. So that change is huge. And so yesterday I went out to my car. I brushed off the 7 feet of snow. Okay, maybe inches, but whatever. And I went to work and I enjoyed it, every minute of it. And what I'm doing is impactful. What I'm doing has meaning. What I'm doing, basically I'm supervising court-ordered visitations between parents and children. So I'm helping reunite the children with their parents. And it is literally the most rewarding thing I've ever done. I was asked to cover somebody else's visits one time, and I didn't feel pressure. I mean, I've been asked a couple times, but I don't feel pressure. If I don't want to, or if I have something going, I just say, hey, I can't. And it's not, oh, did you really leave when there's a bunch of work? Like, or my other coworkers, how come I'm here and she's not? I mean, like that whole mentality isn't there. It's like, oh, well, maybe next time, thank you. And when I did help and I did cover, there was a genuine thank you. A genuine, I really appreciate you doing this. The family was appreciative, the kids were appreciative, and the person I was covering for said thank you, and I meant it. So just that whole mentality, even on the days that I do work 9 hours or 10 hours, which doesn't happen often because I just don't like working that much. It sounded lazy, but I like time with my kid. But even on those long days, I can still come home and be a mom. I can still come home and not be so freaked out because I don't know how we're going to cover things the next day, or I don't know how many people are going to call in sick, or I don't know how I'm going to get the trips covered, or I don't know how I'm going to get things routed. I don't have that constant stress on the back of my mind. So when I come home, I do my reports and I'm mom. When I do mommy and me time, it's mommy and me time. Every night, bedtime, every night, mommy and me time. And it's an amazing world. I know people see my Snapchat, my Facebook, and they're like, wow, she's really living her best life. And not yet, because I have a few things that I got to work on and a few things in store that need to get done. But for the most part, I'm living my best mom life, and I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm not missing as much. I mean, I'm home with her more than I'm not. Like, it's been the best change that I could have ever made. And although I miss a handful of people, and part of me does kind of wish that things would have worked out, because I was really good at that job. Like, really good. Like, I only apply myself halfway and I still, yeah. Anyways, it didn't make sense, but, and part of me does kind of wish that it would have been different, but that's just like with any bad, abusive, toxic relationship. When you spend that much time of your life with somebody, it's like, man, I really wish that I either would have got out sooner or it would have been different. And that's kind of where I'm at now. So with that being said, now that I've quit my job, created this whole new lifestyle, I own my own business, I do taxes now. Like, I have to do quarterly taxes. Like, I mean, Uber and Lyft, yeah, I did. And that was a little different because it was just like, I only had to do my yearly, and, or maybe I did quarterly and it just was so little, it didn't really matter. But now I have to like actually track receipts and track expenditures and track mileage and car repairs and all these things. And I'm doing it. It's a little rough at first, but I'm doing it. Yeah, so with that, upcoming year, 2021, the continuation year, because everything's continuing into there. The vaccines are coming. COVID is still a problem. I still can't go out to eat with my daughter unless it's in the front seat of my car. I can't gather with my friends, and apparently I have to wear a mask everywhere I go. But with that also comes the good from last year. And now that I've got this new job and most of my mornings don't start until 10 or 11, which I've gotten into a really bad habit of getting up at like 3 or 4 with Sabrina, and then we sleep until like 9, or I'll go back to bed and then accomplish nothing before I go to work. And I got to get over that, because now that I have that extra time, instead of getting baby cuddles, we could be going for a walk or making healthy breakfast or making a healthier lunch or whatever. So I need to start focusing on the health changes, because all this new job and better life isn't going to matter if I die of a heart attack. It isn't going to matter if I can't breathe when I'm trying to keep up with my daughter. It's not going to matter if all of my money goes to medical bills because I have clogged arteries or, whatever. So we've all been down this road. Every one of my viewers has been down the road of let's change Angie with me. And I was doing really, 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 really good the year that I got pregnant with Sabrina. Probably why I got pregnant with Sabrina, because I had like so much self-confidence. It was insane, and whatever. But I was down to 270. That was like the lowest I'd been in like 6 years, maybe 7, I don't know. And now I'm well above that, like a lot above that. And after pregnancy and everything that I'm doing, everything I've gone through and the COVID thing and just kind of sitting around, I have put on quite a bit of weight, and now it's time to get serious. So my first change, and this is by far going to be the hardest, I want to make a plan. Sorry, I can't stop burping for some reason, or hiccuping. I don't know what this is. Anyways, I want to make a plan. There's 52 weeks in the year. I want to make 52 new habits, and I'm going to document them, obviously. I don't have them laid out. I totally meant to make a list of 52 new habits or healthier habits to introduce this year, and I didn't, because I failed. And today is invoice day, and I'm probably not going to have time to do it today, and it's New Year's Eve, and I have to work, so I probably won't have time. But as I go, I will document it. Sorry, I got an email. I have a visit possibly going to a virtual, and I read it and it confused me. But anyways, what are they saying? Oh, I'm going to document all 52 changes, and it's going to be a life-changing thing, obviously. 52 changes is a lot. So don't think it's going to be 52 changes like, oh, this week I'm going to, stop smoking completely. Or this week I'm going to jump into 2 hours of working out. Or this week I'm going to write 10,000 words in my book. No, it's going to be small changes. Some small and some big. But the first change that I want to make, and I have to make, because I don't even know how I got back on this, I have to give up the soda. Like, seriously, that's probably the biggest compliment to my weight loss back when I lost all was that I gave up the soda. And I'm an all or nothing type of person. I can't do I can have a can here, no, because once I taste it, it's literally like blood to a shark, and I'm just going to want to all the Dr. Pepper in the house, all of it. So I think the best, I have too much stuff going on in my life. The best thing that I can do is just cut it out. So starting tomorrow, tonight will be my last time drinking soda. My first week goal is to go without soda. Now, keep in mind, should you see me drinking a soda, you do not have to be an asshole about it. You do not have to, do what the doctor does and try to guilt me. But you can ask me, did you fall off track? That's cool. Because I'm probably going to say, no, I've gone such and such days without a soda, and I wanted to reward myself. And that's okay, because I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to perfectly give up everything. So slip-ups here and there are fine. But right now, I'm averaging about 1, sometimes 2, and seldomly 3 now, sodas a day. And that's just not cool. And what that does is not only does that obviously, just load my body up with sugar and wasted calories, but it also prevents me from drinking my water because I'm constantly drinking something else. So from here on out, aside from the occasional coffee, because I just haven't been drinking coffee very often, this is all I'm drinking. So this water bottle, sorry about my picture up there, and my unmade bed, don't judge me. I was going to put a fitted sheet on yesterday, and somebody squeezed their applesauce container into the sheet. So I had to take a not fitted sheet and just throw it on the bed, and we wiggle too much, so it's kind of coming off the edge. But anyways, forgot what I was saying now because I distracted myself with my own bed, or with my unmade bed. So yeah, we're gonna quit soda and try to give that up, and then I'm gonna start tracking how many cigarettes that I smoke a day. I don't feel like it's a lot, but I do need to pick a quit date, or a quit week, I should call it. Because I'm also going to cold turkey with that. Because just doing the whole patches and the gum and the Chantix, and it might help for other people, but I don't feel like it really helps me. I feel like, again, I'm an all or nothing type of person. So, if I allow myself to, if I allow myself to do it, then I'm going to overdo it. And I know a lot of people say, well, why don't you vape? Because one, I tried vaping, and for some reason that's harder on my lungs than smoking. Like, I literally vape and I'm like, oh my God, like a bong hit. But when I was like 15 and couldn't handle bong hits, not like I can now because I haven't tried in a really long time. But, you know, anyways. So yeah, so I don't want to vape. I don't want to do Chantix. I'm just going to quit. Like, one day be like, this is it. Done. We're done. End game. So that's coming up. There's some other goals that I have. I have 3 blankets that I'm working on. One blanket I've been working on for almost 7 years. I have a blanket for Ziva. I started when she was a baby, and I've had to take it out about 4 times because I'm so slow. She literally grows too much. So now I'm making all 3 blankets for the girls the size of twin beds. So one of my goals might be to add, we might start with just like 5 minutes a day. So I make sure that for at least 5 minutes a day, I'm doing this task, and that's going to help me structure myself. And then I have goals, like I'm almost 2 years behind on Sabrina's YouTube channel, which, by the way, if you would be so kind to go and follow her on the BAM channel. BAM is Buggin' Mom. That's going to, I'm setting that up kind of like a virtual baby book for her. So that way she can go back and see through the years. But I'm like 2 years behind on the videos. I got to get them off my phone because they're taking up too much space. And that's one of my goals. So one of my goals is to post at least 10 videos a week until I'm caught up. And then I want to do 1 BAM video and 1 my video. And that's just for whatever. So that's one of the week's goals. It might be 1 week I might up my water intake. Like, okay, you stop drinking soda, so now let's do 32 ounces. Okay, let's do 64 ounces. But first I want to see what naturally happens when I give up the soda, because if naturally I'm hitting my water intake because I'm no longer drinking anything else, then there's no point to add that as a goal. So, yeah. So we're gonna have 52 weeks and 52 changes or 52 habits, and some of them might include Sabrina. Like, we might make a goal to, I know, dress up once a month or to go do something once a month. But my little booger is waking up. Good morning, baby. Good morning. Hey, Mama's making a YouTube video. Could you say good morning?
Mom.
Did you have a good sleep? Are you going back to bed? Are you grumpy? Yeah. I love you. Yeah. You gonna say hi? Hi. She's not a morning person like me, and we're about an hour before she normally wakes up, so somebody is tired. Anyway, so that's kind of the movement of where I'm going. I've got some financial goals that I'm hitting. So up until recently, like, I've been doing not part-time, like I've been running about 30 hours a week, but I'm really going to step that up because I really want to help get my family into a bigger house, because we really need a bigger house. So with that being said, I'm going to be working a little bit more, not too much more. I have goals that I'm going to start. This year is going to be freaking amazing. If you have ideas for healthy lifestyle changes, or if any of my viewers are going to be doing any lifestyle changes with 2021, I know I have a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't do New Year's resolutions. Or whatever. That's you, not me. I do them, so whatever. But if you are, and if you're making a lifestyle change and you want somebody to do it with you, I am 100% down. Like, if somebody else is going to quit smoking, tell me your quit smoking date, and I'm going to quit smoking with you. I mean, within reason. If you're going to quit soda, tell me your quit soda date. Like, we can check in, and we can check in with each other, and hey, how many sodas did you have? Sometimes it's nice, even virtually, to have that accountability buddy. But for right now, I plan to do the journey solo, except for with my little babe. She's my biggest motivator. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful. God, I love this girl. Anyway, so yeah, that's the gist of my year. So if you have any questions, comments, if there's anything that you know, I had a lot of people when I left the last place like, oh, you haven't done a video in forever. Make sure to keep your videos up. If you have ideas for videos, or you want to see something in particular, or like you want to hear something in particular, like just tell me, because otherwise I just kind of feel like I'm rambling to the camera. And even though it's really good to look back on myself, now that I know people are watching, I don't want people to be like, man, she sucks. So yeah. Anyway, so my bug's up. We got to go get breakfast and get dressed before she falls back asleep. And I got to get ready for the day. So happy New Year's to everybody. I hope that 2020 was good to you. And I hope that 2021 is even better to every single person in my life. I cannot wait to continue on with my life and see what this next year holds, because right now my life is so exciting, and everything I thought I wouldn't do or couldn't do, I'm doing. So 2021, we're going to smash some goals, because I could probably fly if I jumped out the window. That's literally how I feel in my life every day. So yeah. Anyways, gotta go. Happy 2021. Mwah.